Peace to the family. Let me see if I can shed some light on things. Okay. That's pretty good. I just gotta talk a little sideways. Damn, I thought I just had light. Okay. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of traveling. In fact, I've been to 3 different cities in the last 3 days. I've been to 3 different cities in the last 3 days. It's been pretty intense. Yeah, I know. I've been gone for a minute. I went to Brooklyn. I was in Beverly Hills. I had to enjoy that because I was in Miami for damn 3 months, flying back and forth to different places. So I was in Beverly Hills, and then I flew out to Brooklyn on an invite from Jim Jones, and the Diplomats, and you had Fabulous there, and the Locks, and everybody was doing a concert at the Barclays Center. And that was dope. It was an amazing experience. But then I had to fly into Las Vegas right after. So it's intense schedule. We got a busy week. We got 2 more classes left for the master class. Friday, class number 5 will be going down on Friday, and you'll get the updates. This Saturday will be the entrepreneur class. So this Saturday, you have the entrepreneur class. That's when I teach you 3 mild streams of income. It's really for parents and children, but if you're not a parent or a child, you still can take the class, and you'll be able to make about $1,000 to $3,000 on a month-to-month basis from what I teach you. You get a PowerPoint presentation, and you'll also get instructions. You know, I named this stream, I'm Too Smart to Be Broke in 2020, not another year of struggle, because our people have a tendency to procrastinate. And if you look up the word retardation, it literally means to stagnate your growth or hinder your own progress. To stagnate your growth or hinder progression. That's what retardation means. Words are very interesting because they're commonly used the wrong way or out of context. And then one day you look up the word and you go, wow, that's what that means. So then you have to ask yourself, are you retarded? Very good question. Or have you been behaving like you're suffering from retardation? All right. So, yeah, the email, I pinned it to the top this time very early. Brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. I actually have a meeting I have to go to very soon. Brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother Polight45@gmail.com. Okay? And you leave your full name and your phone number. Never leave an email without leaving your full name and your phone number. Leave your full name and your phone number. Brother Polight45@gmail.com. And that's for your consulting. When I do the consultations, it's $200 an hour, $300 in person. When I do the consultations, that is for when you make the payment, I send you some questions. I get debriefed on your specific interests and needs. And then what happens is, in my evaluation, I devise a curriculum that caters to you. And that's how we optimize the experience, because in doing so, I don't have to ask you some of those questions during the consulting for the first time. So we can actually just add value and move forward. So that's what's powerful about the consulting. Peace to you from Cincinnati. I was actually with a sister yesterday from Cincinnati. Peace to you. It's one of the few places in Ohio I haven't been. I'm not too big a fan of Ohio. You know, I'm an active city guy, vegan guy. So they lacking, but I love the people though. But yeah, so that's how the consultations work. The entrepreneur course again is $200 discounted rate. The price has to go up this week. Okay, because we gave people more than enough time. We actually prolonged it a week for people. That course will be taking place this Saturday. On Friday, we'll be doing the second to last class for the master course. The master course is $225. I got some extra instructions for you guys for the master course and for some gray areas. Cause I told y'all I'll go on the live stream, do it free, and help y'all out with the gray areas where it suffice. So the master class is $225. You know it has to go up to $300. We've left it at the discounted rate forever. But if you're serious, you email, you leave your full name, your phone number, you purchase the masterclass. The masterclass consists of you learning about real estate, tax lien, tax deed, and our main point of focus is credit restoration. We do have a complimentary holistic mathematics class. Our main point of focus is credit restoration. Those of you that join the course, you know you have 33 PDFs that are templates, letters, and affidavits that are sent to credit bureaus and financial institutions alike for the purposes of removing negative items off your report and adding positive items to your report. That's right. How many times does someone let you know you can add positive items to your report? And then in addition to that, you also have what will help you get lines of credit, whether it's for your credit card, personal loan, or business loans. We'll show you the techniques. So step by step, you get the PowerPoints, the PDFs, the templates, instructions involved, and also the videos that correspond with the same. The videos are very complementary to the paperwork. The paperwork is very straightforward. It's not nuanced. You can look at it and you can say, okay, I see it. All you have to do is put your name and the address. And a lot of times I have the addresses right there for you for where you gotta mail your stuff off to. So it's very self-explanatory. What I need you guys to do, because there's been some questions, some of you that are supposed to get the landline that helps boost your credit score and also corroborates the testimony of that new mailing address. Remember, your mailing address has to be in an area that's over 200, that's making over $150,000 a year. You have to get a new mailing address that's in that type of neighborhood, and it has to be FedEx, UPS. Cannot be United States Postal Service, can't be a USPS box, PO box, can't be none of that, because you won't get no credit on your report for that. The goal is to get credit to raise your points on the report. Okay, you do it this way, you'll get 30 to 50 points added to your report inside of about 2 months or so, 3 max. Okay, it'll boost your credit up. So you need to get the mailing address at area where the average income is over $150,000 a year. Okay, so that's important. You need a landline, and I want you to see how you can tie in the phone with the address or zip code that you're going to set up the mailbox. So I'm going to give you the site. It's called Vonage.com. 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 Okay, go to Vonage.com and set up a wireless landline and see to it that it corresponds with the zip code that you're setting up the mailbox in, so everything is in order, so they run concurrent. If you can, you get as close as you can to it. Okay, so that's important. It's very important. All right, boom, that's very important. All right, so we need that. So I need you to go to Vonage.com. Those of you that are in the course and those of you that are about to buy the course, these are some preemptive strikes towards better days for 2020. The reason why I'm going so hard, because when 2020 comes, you don't want to be entrapped. When 2020 comes, you don't want to be stuck. All right? You don't want to be stuck. Okay? So go to Vonage.com and set up that landline. Also, you go down to your Secretary of State and get you a number for your fiction and go back to the bank and set that up. It's not that you're going to do major business with it, but if you're having problems doing it the best way, which is to purchase a trust. Hold on real quick, family. Yes, peace to the family, pardon me. Okay. Savage. I've been meeting people with the name Savage. Are you from Africa? Two of my homegirls got that Savage at the end of their name. But anyway, how are you supposed to get an address if you can't use a P.O. box? I said go to FedEx or UPS That's where you're going to get your mailbox, your mailing address. They allow you to open up a mailing address at FedEx or UPS. So yes, you can have a mailing address outside of the United States Postal Office. I hope that answers your question. You might have missed that part. Get a Vonage, go to Vonage.com and make sure you set you up a landline service. If you emailed me and you didn't leave a subject, it's probably why you ain't get a response. If you emailed and you didn't leave your full name and phone number, you probably didn't get a response. And please, let me say this too. Don't email us and then say, I didn't really expect you to contact me so fast. Expect contact as soon as possible. And if you get it a day later or a week later, it happens. But don't say, well, you know, I'm not really ready, because how are we supposed to know when to call you at a time that's not so early but not so late? If you touch base with us, don't waste time saying, well, I'm not prepared. I didn't expect you to answer that quick. A lot of people do that, so don't do that. That's not necessary. You touch base when you're ready to make it happen, because you got to remember, for the calls that we're able to take, there's that much calls we're not able to take because it takes time talking to people. So talking to people is a very tedious process, especially when people are not straight to the point, cut and dry, getting down to business. Okay, let me just ask you this, that, and the third, and boom. Sometimes people add a whole lot, and I understand people are excited and they got things that they want to do. Okay, but you know, you got to keep in mind, minutes go by very quick. So even if I'm just on the phone with somebody for 7 minutes, it's almost torture, because I may only have a 35-minute window, 45-minute window to talk to people. So now there's only 5 people damn near if I'm talking to everybody 7 minutes. So I do my best not to rush people, but to be efficient. So I need you to participate in that efficiency so we can touch base with more people. And obviously people like talking with me directly as opposed to my administrator. So I do my best to see how many people I can talk to on a day-to-day basis. But go to Vonage.com and you get your phone number and lock it in with a zip code that runs concurrent with the mailing address. The landline is also going to add points to your score. Now I was talking to you about a fiction, and I want you to go to a fiction. You go to your Secretary of State, you go in your downtown area, you can do the math, I'm giving you enough information to do so, and you get you a fiction, get a number, a business identification number, tax identification number, do your thing. But just let them know you want to create a fiction, and you go back to the bank with that number. And this is for the people who can't afford to get a trust. I'm doing my best to see if I can move you guys forward. And you create this business. It's temporary, but it's a business nonetheless. Set it up with the bank. Once you set it up with the bank, report to the bureaus that you have officially opened up a business for the purposes of eventually transcending or transitioning from a sole proprietorship. Okay, you'll see it in the course, but at least get the number, go to the bank, set up that fiction. That's the cheap way. Go right down to Secretary of State, apply to open up a business. Ask them, tell them you need to get a business identification number. You need to set up a fiction. Take that number. It's gonna be a little paper or two. Take that to the bank, set that up, and now take those same copies, confirmation of that, and confirmation the account being set up. Actually, wait till you get your first piece of mail from the bank account that you set up. Wait till you get your first piece of mail from that, or print out your first bank statement. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to wait for the mail. You can wait until your first bank statement comes. Print that out, annex that to you having set up the account, and now you're going to add that as a positive record to your report. That should give you another 35. Sometimes I seen somebody go up 60 points. We don't know if all 60 can be accredited to that, but we do know it'll put you between 35 and 50. I'm really looking to see if the 60 is consistent with that as a max, but I do know you get 35 to 50 points for adding a new business to your credit report. That responsibility, that behavior, you can add that and raise your points up. So I give people enough information that no matter what kind of hell they've been through, they still can go up about 150, damn near 200 points, just following my instructions. Get 5 points here, you know, get 35 points there, get 50 points there, get 50 points there, get 20 points there. All right? The landline is going to give you 3 to 5 points. The landline with the new address, now that's take you over 50 points. Okay? Even if you got a credit card already, perhaps you want to use a secured credit card. And the reason why I say you might want to use a secured credit card, even if you got a regular credit card, secured credit cards report quicker for whatever reason. The reporting is a lot quicker, a lot more efficient, and is a lot more impactful. You get you a secured credit card, and see if you do one with Discover. Discover, they locked in with the credit bureaus. It works out pretty good. Yeah, so you go to brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother, thank you, J. Megan, for concurring, for confirming I'm on point. That's what's up. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com if you're interested in purchasing the entrepreneur course, where I teach you 3 streams of income. The money's small. You make about $1,000 to $3,000 on a month-to-month basis. It's designed for parents and children, so children can set up their own income streams, or parents that just need a little additional money in the household. But you don't have to be a parent or a child to reap the benefits. And that's the $200 course. And that's the discounted rate. It's supposed to be $300. And then you have the master course that's still going on. We're doing the master course, the second to last class, this Friday. You'll get the update. This Friday, you'll have the second to the last class. This Saturday, you have the entrepreneur course taking place. Okay, of course, the price will be higher then. You buy it for the discounted rate. If you're ready tonight, you good. You contact us. You leave your full name and your phone number. Always leave your full name and your phone number. So I hope that covers some of your gray areas. What you're going to do with that fiction as well after reporting it is when you finally get your trust, and if you do buy the trust, you still can get that fiction for dirt cheap, pennies on the dollar. You're going to go down there. In some cases, you get it for free. Okay, so I'm showing you how to set up a business without having to pay a bunch of money. Okay? And then report the fact that you set up that business to boost your credit up 35, 50 points, possibly 60. Roderick, you guys stay focused. I'm only talking about this money for 2020. I'm not talking about that other stuff, what other people are talking about, discrediting other leaders like Malcolm. We got to get to the money, brother. It's 2020, and a lot of people went through this whole year and still didn't get it right. We need to get the people right. We have to focus on the situation at hand. I would actually implore that all leaders find a way to get our people to individually achieve some monetary success, because anything that our leaders need from you most times in results, and you happen to separate yourself from your dollar. So it behooves us to empower you with the ability to make more money, so that way you can help us in our revolutionary feats. You can always replay classes after you missed it for the courses. If you have a business already, you can report it and add it as an item to your credit report. Okay? So that's why the name of this is I'm Too Smart to Be Broke. I'm too smart to be broke in 2020. Too much information circulating out here. Too much opportunities. If you don't got access to the information, that's because you listening and watching to too much confusion and unnecessary data. You taking heed to too much of the unnecessary. It's a fact. That's a whole fact. You might be out the loop. When you ask me how do I report it, I have the PDFs and everything that's part of the masterclass. When you join the masterclass, you get the PDF that are templates. You get the PDFs that are templates to letters and affidavits that go out to credit bureaus and financial institutions alike. Here's another thing you gotta do, and I'm gonna do a reminder on these things right now when I really get situated. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Also, make sure you contact ChexSystems. Those of you that's in the course and those of you that are keeping up to speed. Those of you that's in the course, I realize a lot of you are missing this part. Contact ChexSystems, CHEX, Chex. Contact ChexSystems and let them know you want a report of everything that they've been reporting to credit bureaus about your banking business. Take a look and see what they have been reporting to other banks. To credit bureaus. Go to contact ChexSystems and ask them to submit to you the reports they've been sending to the credit bureaus about your banking history. Take a look at it. So then you know what you need to agree and disagree with. Because a lot of times the confusion why your report ain't going nowhere is because of the data that ChexSystems is soliciting, but it's not readily available on your credit report. So when you go to Credit Karma and everything, you looking, you don't see what's actually causing the stagnation. Why are you not being approved credit cards? And when you are being approved the credit cards, why are you not being approved for amounts of grandeur? Okay, so you got to go to ChexSystems. No doubt, Roger. Okay, Ricardo, please, bro, try to keep, it's one thing when I haven't touched base with people at one point or the other, but you got to, I know you're always soliciting that gold stuff and everything, but sometimes you just need to stop and listen to the information that's coming through so you don't miss that. We're giving you plenty times on the YouTube. Sometimes, and instead of soliciting something in the middle of someone giving some information, you might want to consider there's people here mess around, read your stuff, and they be like, oh shit, and then they miss something, and they may not have the time to watch the video 2-3 times. Sometimes you got to give people their space to do what they got to do. Thank you, Robert Taylor. The info you are providing is 100% correct. Thank you, brother. Yeah. So you contact ChexSystems and say, hey, I want the data that you're sending to the credit bureaus. I need to see that. Also, you need to contact LexisNexis. Those of you that's in the course, those of you who are taking this information serious, because the goal is to make sure you can get at least 2 credit cards, $50,000 each. Boom, do your thing. And of course, we got the mentorship program, but that's more expensive. It's obviously way more money gets made in the mentorship program, the conscious advisory. But that's what I'm coaching you 12 times a month, 3 times a week, 30 minutes at a time. It's just way more extensive. That's for the heavy hitters who's just like, look, I'm ready to go forward and go hard. Yeah, I hear you, Ricardo. You dropping knowledge. The only problem is you do it in a chaotic way. You take advantage of the fact when I'm streaming, dang, let me drop that. Why don't you do it on your live and make it the theme so people can focus on that at one time? Because to attempt to take people from what I'm talking about to what you're talking about is a bit undermining. And I only say that because I got to talk to you before. So I would expect you to be more respectful because I talked to you before. If I didn't know you, I'd be like, yo, I'm used to people randomly soliciting what they selling because they like, hey, Polight gets a lot of views, so let me see if I can intercept people and get them to pay attention to what I'm talking about. But this is actually very important, brother, because people might be missing a few of the steps for those people that pay for the course and those people that are about to buy the course. I like to give them some moves that they can make, because it makes it easier when they take the course and they did these things or they're aware of these things they have to do. So when they buy the course, it's like they already know this is a course that has plans of action. It entails plans of action. And they will be doing the footwork. So it's no knock to you. It's all love. Quentin Thomas, I appreciate your appreciation. Word. So, see, now I'm distracted, but I'm on point. I know exactly where I have to go. LexisNexis, you need to contact them and say you want the data that they have been sending to other people. Because the data that LexisNexis sends to bureaus about you is predicated upon LexisNexis conceptions about you, reservations about you, I should say. LexisNexis is used to identify the predictive ability of those who will be loaned to. In short, how risky it is to give you anything. So you need to see. These are the things they're not showing you on a credit report. But these are the things that impact your credit report and your inability to receive large loans or larger lines of credit. So what you need to do, because they don't hide it from you, just don't know to go get it because no one's telling you. Contact LexisNexis. LexisNexis, spelled with X's. Contact them. Say, yo, I want to see the report. It's free. Contact them and see what they're telling other people about you. So those are two things that I also found that people are missing. I need you to retrieve that data. Get those reports. Peace, Ricardo. To get the course, is pinned to the top. You just you email brother, POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. You got to leave your full name, you got to leave your number, and you got to leave a subject. Oftentimes, people are like, yo, I contacted you. You didn't leave your number. I contacted you. You ain't leave a subject. And I'm going to tell you why the subject's important. Because a lot of times, there's a high ratio of when people don't leave the subject. There's a high probability they're not even contacting us about the course. They're all over the place about something else. Whenever people don't leave the subject, they're not even really going to talk to you about what we got focused on right now at hand. And then that kills the administrator's time because they got different things they do. It kills my time. And then I got to be respectful to let you know, family, when you was told to reach out at this number, you're a light-skinned Puerto Rican with blue eyes, can you take advantage of the program? I'm not sure if you're joking, but I'm going to take it serious and say yes. Simple as that. Repeat the checks. Frank Rods, you contact ChexSystems, spelled with an X, CHEX. ChexSystems. They're the ones who report to the bureaus about your banking activity. You might want to stop them from doing that. There's a number of reasons why. Number one reason being that it's impacting your credit and it's stopping lenders from giving you larger lines of credit because they got access to data about your activity per your bank account. And they're expecting you to regulate the activity in your bank account reminiscent to that of your credit card. In other words, they want you to have a utilization ratio for your bank account between 15 to 30%. In other words, they expect you to have X amount of money constantly in your bank account and for you to only use 15 to 30% of your monies on a month-to-month continual. Many people can do that are very wealthy. Many people could do that that's wealthy. People that are not wealthy, they can't afford to not be using most of the money that they get week to week because they damn near living check to check. So you need to nullify that. Hey, I don't want to qualify for that type of data to be sent. It's your right. It doesn't make you look bad. All you're saying is you're not in that income range for that to be used to your advantage. You don't have to be subject to things that are not advantageous to you. Okay? I hope that answers your question. You never paid off anything for your credit report. You feel like it's going to be a dead end. Then you're not listening to anything. You're just sad and you're depressed, and I understand, but that's not going to get you nowhere. The course addresses these issues. You have to do something. You can't sit here and not be part of society for the rest of your life. Because you're going to be sad. And if you're sad, being sad about something is incentive enough to change the situation. So if it impacts you emotionally to the point it brings you down, then you must come up. Thank you, Don Smoker. Said I'm legendary like Malcolm. For the business, you go down to your Secretary of State, your downtown area of your community, and you just tell somebody, or you look it up online, yo, where do I go to get a fiction? I need a number corresponding to fiction. So you could go to the bank, give them that number so they can set you up a incorporated business that you didn't have to pay for, you paid pennies on the dollar for. Then you're going to annex your first account summary to the data proving that you set up, you have an actual legal fiction, and you're going to send that to the credit bureaus with one of my PDFs that stipulate you want to add this item to your report. You want to add this item to your report so you can boost your credit score. You see? So rather than paying somebody a whole bunch of money, you pay that. You pay the Uber to get there. You might get it for free depending on your city and state. You might pay $15, $20, whatever. It's not a lot to ask to get your credit to go up another 50 points or so, whether you are in debt or not. You gotta play the game. Yes, you go to brotherpolijht45@gmail.com. And it's all love. It's all love. Just doing Q&A for the most part. It's all love. So we'll be conducting the second to last class for the credit restoration master course this Friday, and then we'll be conducting the one-day course, entrepreneur course, where you learn about the 3 different incomes. And like I said, it's a humble amount of money, $1,000 to $3,000 additional a month. It's not a lot, but if you're interested in that, it's designed for parents and children to learn how to make money off of those income streams. We're doing it this Saturday, and we're just preparing people for 2020 because things are gonna get more rough, and there's hyperinflation and everything like that. So
we're looking to go to the airport for Mayu.
I'm neither an Uber or a taxi. I'm not an Uber or a taxi.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so damn. White folks see you in a limousine truck, think you working for somebody. You know, it's like going to the supermarket and somebody asks you if they, for help, like you worked in, you'd be like, you want to say, man, motherfucker, do it look like I'm wearing something that says Walmart on it? Stop. I ain't got no damn logos or stickers here. Just doing it big. I ain't got to be working for nobody. Goddamn white folks, man. Always try to bring you back. Always try to remind you that you ain't nothing. Try to reinforce the idea you are nothing. Oh my gosh. And see me talking on the phone at that. I'm here looking like, yo, if you see me talking on the phone disregarding you, you must know damn well I ain't working, because obviously I don't care about your money if I'm over here disregarding the fact you keep staring in the car. Let me show you a picture of this fucking white woman. It's the... Yeah, she go right there. White privilege ass white woman. We gonna follow her and bother her. Now let me stop. I'm joking. I ain't gonna do it. Yeah. So they see you. They see you moving around. They see them 3 rows in a big trunk, and they just feel like, you owe them something. They see you in them $150,000 things, and they feel like, you must be working for something. The only next thing that you could do is think you stole the damn thing. It's so hard. It's so hard for them to just accept the fact black people are coming up, even if they're not ball players and rappers. God damn. For real. Yeah, I should do that. Actually, can I buy some roses off of? That's the new shit I'm doing in 2020. I'm gonna start pulling up on white people and randomly asking them to serve me as if I think they're at work. Because they dress like they work for somebody anyway. They dress all raggedy and shit. And then niggas be trying to tell you, yo, you gotta be like white people and, wear raggedy jeans and sneakers. No, I don't have to do that. It ain't that deep. That's just part of the dingy culture of that shit. I don't have to fucking wear raggedy clothes, you know what I'm saying, to prove a point. Black people do shit their way. White people do their things their way. Everybody they're not the standard. One minute we supposed to be proud to be us, and the next minute, you don't see white people do that. Why you do that? White people don't show off the money they make. I'm not white. No, why are you telling me what white people don't do as a black man? Like I'm supposed to follow what they do. I like the swagger of black people. I like the fact you making some bread. Show that shit. Show what you got. I love that. Damn shame people be mad at it. I love it. Show me what you got. Motivate me. I love it. I love to see my people doing good. I love them to see them getting nice trinkets and toys. I don't want to see them infatuated and overly consumed by the superficial. That I don't want to see. I don't want to see them put material above morality And then friends and family, I don't want to see that. But damn it, I love, tremendously, emphatically, I love seeing my people have. I love it. Yeah. Now, if I was in a different time, in a different mental space, I would have hustled out my car. Okay, where you need to go? That'd be $70. If I was hustling. But I ain't out here no damn truck running no cab for nobody. These people are crazy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, I know that shit is dark. I thought the lighting would have been different. What I should have did, I should have went back here. I should have figured it out somehow. I should have did the lighting somehow a little different. We'll figure it out. Can't spell the fiction. Nah, just fiction. As in a fictional story. Fiction. Let's say you want to set up a fiction. Or a legal person. It's a corporation. But the type of entity that they'll give you, it'd be free and you can set it up at the bank. It is nothing like the trust. But it's just something to get you off the ground. You make it happen. Yeah. A fiction. Just say you want to set up a fiction. Or a legal fiction. Or a person or a legal person. Or even an entity. They don't understand you say fiction. They don't. That must be new help. But you set up a fiction and you be good money. That's good to hear, Roger. Open up those businesses. Nah, it's all good. Lisa Carter. Samson, you just touch base when you're ready. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You know, that trust is where it's at. The trust is making you money, is making your bills cheaper, your light, your gas, your utility, your rent, your mortgage, your car note. You protect your assets with it. It makes your bills cheaper because you're projecting to eventually be able to hire other people one day. So concessions are going to be made to you because you're going to put people in position to pay taxes and go into debt, get credit cards and pay for student loans. So whoever's helping other people get in that situation by participating in the game of life, they're going to make certain subsidies for you. They're going to make things cheaper and easier for you. That's why the trust is amazing. In addition to being able to receive that revolving line of credit, because depending on how many income streams you've entitled to the trust and how equitable you make the trust, then you'll be able to get a revolving line of credit of 30 grand to 100 grand upwards from the trust. Okay, it's a lot, man. Make sure you share this video with people you care about to encourage them to level the freak up. Encourage them to level up. Look at this. Everybody else is with the culture, man. Whole damn pyramid back here with the bat signal down there. Look at that. Everybody else is with it. Everybody else is on that time. Look at that. They ain't playing no games out here. They with the culture out here. We playing with the culture. They manipulating it. Woo! Look at that. I just like being around the pyramid. I just like it. I love it. Well, I'm about to get to my next engagement. I just pulled over to do this real quick. I had a little window of time and opportunity to build. So why not build? If I got time to add on, I'm with it. I love to add on. Love it. So I'm going to talk to you guys. I love and appreciate you a whole lot. Thank you so much for your support. As always, jht45@gmail.com. Addressing the conscious advisory, that is the most expensive, most grand dog. That, of course, makes you all the money and all that. Cool. I'm too smart to be broke in 2020. That's what I want you to say to yourself. First of all, you should be saying, I'm too smart to be broke. Because you are. Listen, if 95% of Americans don't have wealth, that means it's that much more easier to have wealth, because it's not like a large line towards becoming a millionaire or very wealthy. If most people are not wealthy, then it means it's easier to be wealthy than it is to survive being poor. It actually costs you more money to be poor than it costs you to be wealthy. So once you become wealthy, things become cheaper. I could prove it. I need to do a class on the more wealthy you are, the cheaper things become. The more poor you are, the more expensive things are. So the information I be sharing a lot of times is information that has been shared with me amongst wealthy people. And I just add on between my studies, personal experience, as far as execution is concerned, and just getting words of advice from people that's just in a very privileged position that share the information. The combination of those things had me so edified that I'm able to create my own packaging and say, look, these are things you could do for free to just get the ball rolling. So a lot of times when you see me do my streams, I'm always taking the time out to say, yo, this is free. Or look, that's just an Uber ride. Or look, just get that out the way now. Just do it right now. Take your life serious. Do something. When I do these streams, the reason why I do it, like I said, sometimes people be like, man, I paid for the course. Why are you giving up all these jewels? The course has an extensive amount of information. You're not losing nothing by people getting some free information. Let them do the stuff that's free just to get the ball rolling. Just to help people know that they're doing something and about their situation. You gotta give back to people. You gotta allow people to get some momentum. Gotta allow people to get some momentum. Got to. It's kind of cool, this lighting. It's almost like stage lighting. So, brother, POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. That's how we doing it. Peace and many blessings to you guys. I said I love you. You put your full name, your phone number for consulting, the entrepreneur course, master course, or the conscious advisory. Tired of talking, tired of being broke. Keith Johnson, I hear that. Are you ready? Go ahead and don't say, hey, I'm not prepared. I emailed you, but I didn't think you was going to contact me that quick. Don't do that. If you're ready to get it in, I'll touch base with you. In fact, I'll touch base with a few people right now on the strength, because I got a few more minutes and I'm good. Polight says bye 3 times before he actually leaves. You know that. I don't be wanting to get off. That's true. I always be like, yo, I'm signing off. But yeah, I love you. I'm signing off. I really appreciate you. I'll be on that. Peace. I love you guys. Keep doing your thing.